Voice actors are just as versatile as live-action actors. Most of them voice in every area like Disney, Pixar, Warner Brothers, and even in video games. Today, I want us to list some of these voice actors and how many roles they've played in their career. The best example of versatility is Frank Welker. He has voiced in over 2,000 roles, including characters like Fred Jones and Scooby-Doo in the Scooby-Doo franchise, Megatron in Transformers, Dr. Claw in Inspector Gadget, Slimer in The Real Ghostbusters, and very many other monsters and animals in our favorite animated shows. Another versatile voice actor is Tara Strong. She has done over 1,000 roles in Disney and Cartoon Network, and is responsible for characters like Bubbles in Powerpuff Girls, Raven in Teen Titans, and very many others, including characters in My Little Pony that we've already discussed in this channel. Rob Paulsen has done over 1,300 roles throughout his career, including guys like Yakko from Animaniacs, Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, Donatello in TMNT, and other 90s shows that are too many to list. Seth Green is another voice actor with over 1,300 roles. He is the creator and the major voice actor on Robot Chicken, and has also expanded in shows like Family Guy, where he voiced Chris Griffin, and even in the MCU voicing Howard the Duck. The famous Fred Tatasciore is a legend in Cartoon Network, and is also majoring in the recent Looney Tunes films, voicing characters like Taz, Yosemite Sam, and other bombastic characters. Grey DeLisle has been in anime and video games, and is a legend in both Cartoon Network and Disney. She has over 1,900 voices, and is most iconic for ladies like Daphne in Scooby-Doo, Mandy from The Grim Adventures, Padme in Clone Wars, and even Azula in the Last Airbender series. Tom Kenny has more than 2,000 roles, and his most famous character is SpongeBob from the SpongeBob SquarePants show. He also voiced Ice King in Adventure Time, and has voiced Spyro characters in both Adult Swim shows and in Cartoon Network. Jeff Bennett is another legend in Cartoon Network. He has done over 2,000 roles, and was responsible for voicing characters like Johnny Bravo, the man with the yellow hat in Curious George, and also Kowalski in the Penguins of Madagascar franchise. D. Bradley Baker has over 2,200 roles with characters like Daffy Duck in Looney Tunes, Taz in the 80s and 90s, Eagly the Eagle in Peacemaker, and also Hammond in Overwatch and the Clone Troopers in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. The iconic Jim Cummings is a voice actor that we grew up listening to in our everyday shows. He was the voice of Winnie and Tigger in Winnie the Pooh, Pete in A Goofy Movie, Darkwing Duck, Fat Cat, and even Ray from The Princess and the Frog. Tress MacNeille is a beautiful voice actor with a harsh voice, and she's used her talent to voice girls like Mom in Futurama, Dot Warner from Animaniacs, Babs Bunny in Tiny Toon Adventures, and multiple women in The Simpsons show. Mel Blanc is a legend that was known as Man of 1,000 Voices, and was one of the OG voices in both Warner Brothers and Disney. He was the original voice of Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Sylvester, Tweety, Yosemite Sam, and even Barney Rubble from the Flintstones. In The Simpsons, Dan Castellaneta is the undisputed heavyweight with guys like Homer, Mayor Quimby, Krusty the Clown, and more than 40 other characters in the show. He was also the voice of Robot Devil in Futurama. Bill Farmer made a name for himself since the early 90s with the iconic voice of Goofy in Disney. He also voiced Pluto the dog and Horace Horsecollar since their debut. Darren Norris has done hundreds of voices in Cartoon Network, and some of his lovable characters include Cosmo, Mr. Turner, and Jorgen von Strangle in Fairy Oddparents. He is also a legend in video games and the world of anime. Jess Harnell also has hundreds of roles, and some of his most iconic include the voice of Wacko Warner in Animaniacs, Tim the Bear in The Cleveland Show, and we've also discussed him in Doc McStuffins and other Disney shows and movies. Charlie Adler is the one who voiced both Cow and Chicken and also Red Guy on Cartoon Network, and has also done some voice acting in Tiny Toon Adventures and Transformers. Billy West is a legend in Futurama who became so versatile in the show. He voiced Fry, Professor Farnsworth, Zwaberg, Zap Brannigan, and also Nixon's head. Tabitha St. Germain, on the other hand, became a legend in My Little Pony with voices of Rarity, Princess Luna, Granny Smith, and Mrs. Cake. John Ratzenberger mostly voices characters in Pixar Studios. He has been there since 1995 and has been iconic with characters like Ham in Toy Story and the Underminer in The Incredibles. Phil Harris was one of the OG legends, and has voiced cartoon characters like Baloo from The Jungle Book, Thomas O'Malley in Aristocats, and Little John in Robin Hood. Elizabeth Daily is another voice actress from Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, and has been idolized with kids like Buttercup in Powerpuff Girls and Tommy Pickles in Rugrats. Will Friedle is a voice actor in most of our childhood shows. He voiced Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond, Deadpool in Ultimate Spider-Man, Bumblebee in Transformers Animated, and also Ron Stoppable in Kim Possible. Kristen Schaal is talented in voicing weird characters like Louise in Bob's Burgers, Mabel in Gravity Falls, and also Trixie in Toy Story. Nancy Cartwright is a legend in The Simpsons with almost all the voices of the kids in the show, and she also did other characters like Chucky Finster after Christine Cavanaugh's demise, and Mindy from Animaniacs. Kristen Bell has appeared since the early 2000s, and has gone on to voice girls like Anna from Frozen, Jade Wilson in Teen Titans Go, and Molly in Central Park.